Hey guys, Mark in the Cloud here, and today we're going to be putting 3 USB microphones up for battle. The Blue Yeti, the Blue Snowball, and the Audio-Technica ATR2500. These are the 3 most popular, inexpensive USB microphones, so we're going to see which ones sound better. I've used all 3 of them for a pretty good amount of time, but I've never actually put them side by side to see how they actually sound like. Right now I'm using the camera mic on my Sony A5100, so you'll be able to hear the difference between the camera mic and then using a USB microphone, and then the differences between the 3. So now you're listening to the Blue Yeti. The Blue Yeti runs about 90 bucks. It's the most expensive that we're going to be looking at out of the 3, but for a good reason. The Blue Yeti features actually 3 microphones inside of it, inside that big head of it, and they basically allow you to switch which microphone is on, so you can either pick up the noise directly in front of you, in front and behind you, and then all directions. It's pretty cool. The other advantage of the Blue Yeti, and for some reason this is the only one that has this feature, and that is the mute button. The next microphone we're going to be looking at is the ATR, the Audio-Technica ATR2500. It is the second most expensive microphone of the 3, coming in at $65. I really like this microphone, but the one downside of it is that it does not have a manual gain control. So I had to adjust the levels in the Windows recording management UI. Now we're taking a look at the Blue Snowball. This is the least expensive of the microphones, but it's pretty cool. It has some nifty features. This one, similar to the Yeti, can also switch to different microphones to allow for different capture options. It'll be interesting to see how the least expensive microphone fares to the other more expensive ones. All right, so there you have it. You just heard samples from the 3 microphones. Let's talk about how they did, keeping in mind that this is completely subjective and different people have different tastes in sound. Starting with the Blue Yeti, it's definitely the most robust of the 3, and it should be, given it's the most expensive of the 3. With its microphone direction control, gain knob, mute button, and ability to monitor the sound with the 3.5mm headphone jack, it makes for a great overall package. The Yeti sounds very warm and full. It's definitely high on the mids and the bass. The Audio-Technica ATR2500 was also pretty interesting to listen to. I think it was definitely the most clear sounding in terms of natural sound and clarity, even though I had to turn up the gain manually, and it did pick up a lot of background noise because of that. The naturally quiet nature of the ATR2500 and neutral sound makes it a great choice if you're going to be using it primarily for recording loud music. Note that I could have turned the levels up in post-production and done some editing, but I wanted this video to be about raw plug-and-play quality, especially since most people buying these inexpensive microphones won't have access to a digital audio workstation with noise gates, levels controls, and things like that. The Blue Snowball also did relatively well, even though I felt the sound was a little bit thin. This microphone also gives you the ability to control microphone direction, though it's not as robust and there's not that many options compared to the Yeti. I also find it to be the most awkward looking of the 3, especially if you plan to mount it on a scissor arm or a mic boom. Overall, each of these microphones has its strengths and weaknesses. Some might be put off by the color of the Yeti in terms of sound, its warmth and high mids and bass, while others might be frustrated with the ATR's naturally quiet volumes. Personally, I use different mics for different situations because of this. If I had to pick one microphone though, it would definitely be the Yeti, just given what you get for the price. If I couldn't afford the $90 though, I'd probably drop all the way down to the Snowball for $40. The ATR2500 is in a tough place given that it's $25 more than the Snowball and $25 less than the Yeti. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the cloud.